Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to APPF1. We are on round 6 of 10, so we are officially over the halfway point in this Tier 3 season. And this week, we are at the iconic Silverstone. It's not Silverstone as you know it this week, though. So this week is a sprint event, and it's more of a trial than anything. So the sprint, we will be racing the correct way around Silverstone. And then for the main feature race, 50% race, we will be doing Silverstone reverse to spice things up. So we could potentially have a very mixed up grid today. So one-shot qualifying is just beginning to start. Unfortunately, we are down to just 13 drivers tonight, sadly, but Avenir currently leads the way in qualifying as it stands, as we have live timing on the left-hand side, so it will fluctuate the times on the left-hand side. Good evening, Sumo Gilligan, in the chat. Thank you for your lovely comment. So, as it stands, Avenir is currently going to be pole as he's got through Sector 1. Bit of understeer. The car didn't want to turn in just then at the end of Sector 1. And now down the old pitch straight. A very famous, iconic corner, this one, historically for most recently Max and Lewis in 2021. So Avenir still currently first. Drogon. Oh, Avenir, is he invalidated? I think that could potentially be the case. Yeah, Avenir is invalidated. So now it's between the two Red Bulls. We've also got Runes up there as well, who is also in the championship hunt. And LB Racing is also in the championship hunt too, but LB is most definitely invalidated. So now it's a dart to the line. We've got Robsu potentially crossing the line first, and we do. It's 127.2, and that was comfortably ahead of Runes, as we saw, as he jumped across the line. So a fantastic qualifying session there for Robsu. It's brilliant to see him take pole position. And in second place, we have Runes. Third, Joey B. Fourth, we've got Drogon. Fifth, Josh the Guy. Sixth, James Gardner. Seventh, we have Ads. Eighth is Primeval. Ninth is Ralphie. 10th is Tia. 11th is LB Racing, the first of three disqualified drivers. Then we've got Avenir and Bacon Bear. Right, so just quickly post the stream in the Discord, so please bear with me very quickly. And whilst we wait for the drivers to select their strategies and whatnot for the sprint, we will quickly bang through the standings. So here we go. Right, so drivers are just quickly, there's not much to do in sprints, so basically thank you, LB, you did ask for it. Tier 3 standings, right, we'll quickly plough through this. So leading the way is Runes on 79 points, then on 73 points, just 6 points behind, is LB Racing. 55 points to Robsu. Then we've got James Gardner in fourth on 48. Then Avenir on 42. Joey B on 41. Then Josh the Guy on 40. And then we've got Drogon, Ralphie, MS, Stanley, Ads, Wizard, Lil Louie Grill, Rycon, Tier, Bacon Bear, Primeval, Pepito, and a couple of reserves. Right, we have 5 red lights. Tier 3 is underway around Silverstone. It's a good start for Runes by the looks of it. He's almost alongside Robsu going into turn 1 as they are side by side going into Village. It's everyone looks like they've got through fairly cleanly with only 13 cars on the grid. There is a lot more room to not have any incidents, as Joey B hanging it out in 4th place at the moment. There was a car running wide at the back. I think it was Ads who's lost a few positions, as LB is currently down in 9th position, but made up a few places. Honey Badger, yes, you've missed a 1-shot qualifying, but we will have another session after this 9-lap sprint. So quickly, let's just get everything up. So we want lap data. We'll get the tyres up as well. There we go. Right, so 9-lap sprint. We do have a bit of a spread. Ads is on the soft tyres. We have 1, 2, 3 drivers on the hard tyres. James Gardner, Avenir, and Tier opting for the hard tyres. So that leaves the other 8 drivers have opted for mediums. I'd imagine mediums will be the most favoured tyre for this sprint race. Be interesting to see how the hards perform at the end, especially. And we do have yellow flags as someone has opted to come into the pit lane. And that is Tia in the pits. LB Racing must have had an incident at the back. But Robster has got Drogon all over his gearbox, and all over Drogon's gearbox is runes respectively, as now DRS will be opened for the first time in this sprint race, as a DRS train will slowly begin to form behind Robsu. But Robsu, notorious for running low wings, maybe, just maybe, could get away with his low wings in the sprint race, as he will look to take a long awaited win in tier 3, but it'll only be a sprint win. I can't remember the points. I think we do it like real life, don't we? It's 8 for P1 and then so forth down to P8. So 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, if I remember correctly. But Drogon is right on the back of Robsu now, through Maggots and Beckett's, opens his DRS down the hangar straight. How close will the 2 Red Bulls go? Will they battle each other, or will they play the team game? Around the outside, and Runes clips the back tyre of his teammate there, and Drogon clips the tyre of his teammate, and Runes says thank you very much, and takes P2. Maybe there won't be teamwork by the 2 Red Bulls, as Runes does set the fastest lap in the process, as the 2 McLarens in 4th and 5th at the moment, and the 2 Red Bulls also having a healthy intake of points here. James Gardner in 6th on the back of this 6-car train for the lead. Then in 3 seconds behind is Primeval with Ralphie, and then you've got Ads in 9th, Avenir is in 10th, LB Racing in 11th. We've got Bacon Bear hanging on to the back of LB in 12th, and unfortunately Tier just having a very forgetful sprint race at the back. So we have a 6-car shootout for the sprint race here at the front. We will do our best to keep an eye on it. So will Runes be able to have a nibble at the cherry to take the race win away from Robsu? Runes did run wide just there on the helicopter cam through Maggots and Beckett's. Probably the most iconic sector in Formula 1. For me, it is so good if you get it nailed correctly as well. So here we go. Runes is on the back of that Red Bull, but just not enough pace. Primeval, the first driver to pick up a time penalty, as Ralphie, DRS assisted overtake there, goes up the inside of Primeval, and Primeval right on the back of the Alpine. So we'll keep an eye on these 6 cars. Tier is the second driver to pick up a time penalty. Runes is not in the mud, says Zeki. No, this is quite an easy track without racing line, to be fair. I'm not too sure what it would be like on Silverstone Reverse for the 50% race, but this track, like going around the correct way without racing line, is not too bad, as Runes is having a look at the inside of Robsu, right on the back of the Red Bull now, as he is looking to use some ERS. side by side. This is Max and Lewis all over again, is it? No, the overtake is complete and fairly comfortably, but Runes and Robsu both do equally go off the track there, and Drogon just in the wing mirrors of Robsu, his teammate there, looking just to kind of make up for lost ground after that lap 2 off, where he clipped the back tyre of his teammate, trying to do an overtake around the outside of Robsu. Bacon Bear, the third driver, to pick up a 3-second time penalty. They're coming in thick and fast, and this is only lap 4 of 9 of a sprint race. So will we have the same amount of penalties coming in the main 50% race in a few moments is yet to be seen. Still, we have a 6-car train for the lead. Ralphie is 4.2 seconds behind, and unfortunately just doesn't have the pace to answer for the cars ahead. So the 2 Red Bulls are definitely, I'd say, the closest cars on track at the moment, bar the 2 McLarens also, as Runes is comfortably pulling out and keeping a decent gap out front. They're all on the medium tyres. James Gardner doing a good job in 6 on the hard tyres there. Maybe, just maybe, we'll see the crossover with the hard tyres. I believe tyre wear is a huge issue potentially this race weekend, as once again Runes does run wide, and maybe easing off the accelerator just to not get a track limits warning. I've definitely seen a few times now where it's a bit questionable, so maybe he's definitely on 2 track warnings, so penalty could be looming for the Aston Martin driver. Robsu still just using his low wings to his advantage, as we've got Drogon right on the back of his teammate. Had a little look, but decided against it, as now Joey B is just fallen outside of DRS, and actually he's just clawed himself back in it. Maybe his McLaren is set up for a better cornering speed than the Red Bulls ahead. Primeval is retired from the session. That is in the pit lane. And it's unfortunate to lose Primeval, but that does promote Bacon Bear tier and adds up a few positions, as Drogon has lit up the rears, and maybe, just maybe, tyre wear now is going to be a factor coming into this final stages of the sprint race, lap 6 of 9. So 2 McLarens have opted for Primeval's destroyed 2 drivers and retired. Yeah, okay. Say no more. Unfortunately, I've missed it, and I'm glad I didn't see it. But the 2 McLarens are actually sporting both different liveries. Joey B has gone for the chrome, and Josh the Guy has just gone for the standard McLaren livery, so it's actually quite easy to tell them apart. As Runes seeks to the left-hand side of the hangar straight, but Robsu taking the same line just to get some slipstream of what there is on this game. As Josh the Guy is on the back of Joey B, or he was. As just maybe not taking the racing line there, but James Gardner, that's why he didn't take the racing line. James Gardner in the Ferrari trying to find a way past the McLaren, and now this is definitely telling me that the hard tyres are the tyres to potentially be on now if he's executing these overtakes. As Avenir actually in P6 is closing ever so slightly, but I don't think he'll have enough lap time to get the job done. James Gardner is definitely the driver in the best position at the moment, I would say, as he is looking to the inside of Joey B to no avail that time. So now we will see the medium tyres squabble like mad, as they will try and avoid the hurricane of James Gardner coming through the field, as I think Joey B's gone way off there. And James Gardner inherits third position on the podium, as not sure what happened to Joe there, but maybe tyre wear and no racing line just being a factor there. As onto the hangar straight comes James Gardner. he will have 2 racing laps in a moment to try and take the race victory, as Robsu gets past Runes ahead for first position. I'll just call that at the bottom of the camera, but lurking behind is the Ferrari, and the Ferrari's tyres are definitely within optimum range now over these medium tyres. So it's all about, can James keep it clean and keep it very swift and effective to get these overtakes done, as Runes does run very deep there. James Gardner is going to swoop around the outside potentially. He does. You can just... Oh... Brilliant driving side by side. The respect there was absolutely insane. But Runes somehow keeps P2 as he does run wide, and I think that is going to be the overtake complete. Potentially, yes, I think James Gardner has got through. That is absolutely incredible side-by-side racing by James Gardner and Runes there for the podium, as Josh Tagai has got past his teammate Joey B further back. LB Racing is up to 6th now, and Avenir has dropped to 7th. LB is going to score a few points, but Runes will extend his championship lead out front. But the real fight we want to keep an eye on at the moment is James and Robsu for the race win. Let's see if we can have an idea of ERS management, as James Gardner does run out. Robsu is running on. James Gardner is running empty on ERS, but Runes is on about a quarter of his ERS. So it's going to be down to tyre wear unless James Gardner can save his ERS this last lap to try and get the move done. But I'd imagine Robsu could potentially be harvesting as well. The gap is just over half a second between the Red Bull and the Ferrari, as Runes is desperately trying to hang on to P3 here, and Runes has critically and potentially dropped out of DRS here. He does not have DRS, and Josh the guy could potentially get 3rd position as he looks to the inside. No, maybe he's going to wait for the hanger straight. Maybe just thinking the overtake will be too early, and he will give advantage to Runes going down the hanger straight. We shall have to see if that is going to come to fruition in a moment. But James Gardner, I'm sure we'll have a good angle of both overtakes potentially. But James Gardner is right on the back of this Red Bull on lap 9 of 9. This has been a fantastic short sprint race between the... we do have 5 protagonists at the front now, as Drogon did drop out and retire in the pits earlier on. So we'll ride on board with James. Can he get the overtake done? Not much ERS, but Robsu's straight line speed is just absolutely insane. Runes does hold on to P3 at the moment, but will Josh the guy try a late dive bomb? He does go into the back of the Aston Martin. He should, and I think he will, let the Aston Martin come home to 3rd position. Robsu takes the sprint win. James Gardner comes home in P2. Runes comes home in P3. Josh the guy in P4. Joey B in 5th position. LB comes home in 6th. Avenir in 7th. Ralphie in 8th. Bacon Bear just rounding off the last few corners. You can see all the marbles on the front left of that Alpine. Those medians must be screaming as Bacon Bear crosses the line. We've got Tier and Ads, the last 2 drivers to finish, and actually we're going to have a bit of a grandstand finish for P10 here, as Tier opts for the inside line. Can Ads get the cutback on Tier as they both come around the last corner? Not quite. Tier comes home ahead of Ads to finish off the race. So if anybody is listening in on the stream and you're in the lobby, just stay in for the time being. We'll get the lobby changed over for the correct way. Oh, well, sorry, not the correct way, the reverse Silverstone layout. So let's just see how this pans out. So Robsu takes the race win. James Gardner in 2nd. Runes in 3rd. Josh the guy in 4th, Joey B in 5th, LB Racing 6th, Avenir 7th, Ralphie 8th, Bacon Bear 9th, Ads in 10th, Tier 11th, Drogon and Primeval, the 2 DNFs for that race. Yes, James Gardner, that was a great race from you. I think you did get the tyres absolutely bang on as well, being on the hards, but will that cost you come the reverse? Right, I believe if this sets up for... So this is going to be set up for a 50% race the correct way around. So I believe... I'm not going to say anything, actually. Just in case I give any incorrect advice. Right, so if everybody is listening, just retire, and in the main race, retire as well, and we'll get another one shot and reverse setup. So there we go. Everybody has retired as planned. So the game will take us to another race start where everybody will retire again. Then it'll take us back into the lobby, and Joey B can work his magic just to quickly get a one-shot qualifying setup and Silverstone reverse setup. So will only be a case of a few moments. Congratulations, Tier, on your phantom pole position. Drogon saying he has connection issues, but to be honest, Drogon isn't missing anything right now. We can get him back in the lobby once we're back on the lobby screen. And it was a wet 50% race going the correct way around. So the drivers will probably be relieved to dodge the rain potentially. Don't leave the session. Avenir has just left the session. So if you're listening to the stream, just ready up and retire. And Joey B will get the session changed to one-shot qualifying and reverse Silverstone. Okay, Avenir, we'll get you back in the lobby in a minute, mate. Just as because we got to go back to the lobby screen anyway. You're not going to miss any racing. Same for Drogon. It's waiting an invite as well. So basically, once everyone retires from this, we will. Oh, Drogon is back in. So once everybody retires from this race, we will get Silverstone reverse set up. There we go. So now, sorry for the commentary silence, just helping the tier 3 grid through this. It's first time we've done this, so just maybe a little confusing for some, but now we will go back to the lobby screen and Joey B will get one-shot qualifying setup and Silverstone reverse setup, and a few people just having to reconnect to the lobby or reset consoles or computers, which is absolutely fine. And then we'll get underway. So we'll be underway, I'd imagine, in the next 3 to 4 minutes at a guess. But thank you for your patience in the stream. Please do feel free to pop into the chat. Who do we think is going to win Silverstone Reverse? What weather conditions will we get? Will it be dry or will it be wet, or could it be both? Will we have a mixture? Predictions as well for the top three. And James Gardner, I think that was my first podium finish, and I think it was James. That was absolutely sensational. A couple of predictions for Primeval to win. That would be a proper, definitely be like Max Verstappen winning at Silverstone. Probably not the most popular winner you'll have, but I'm all for it. I'm all for a villain winning, and definitely taking a bit of stick. So Avenir is rejoined the lobby as we wait for. I believe we're waiting for Drogon to come back in the lobby. Let's see if I can invite. Maybe someone that's just joined. Ralph is joined. We are waiting for Drogon and Bacon Bear. Awesome. Right, I'm just going to quickly open my drink and just take a quick drinks break. But yeah, please feel free to pop in the chat, guys. Any predictions for the race? Will James Gardner follow up his first ever APP podium and take a 50% race podium? As it's going to be very interesting, this reverse grid, especially not reverse grid, but reverse race around Great Britain. Drivers without racing line are really going to suffer in the first few corners, I think. Will be very interesting. Zeki is very keen for Runes to bottle the start and DNF into turn one. We shall see. Runes still managed to get a podium without line, going the correct way around. I can't honestly predict anything going around reverse. I don't think I've done Silverstone reverse without racing line, so I cannot comment how easy or hard it will be, as Denko predicts for punctures in this race. Is it the Silverstone reverse which really does hurt the tyres? I haven't managed to do any practice. Is it the reverse layout which really eats through tyres? Avenir just stating what his wishes for the race, and I do wish the same for him. Will be very interesting. So I believe we are just waiting for Bacon Bear to fire up their computer again. So shouldn't be too much longer. James Gardner just saying as long as he gets past turn one, let's fire up YouTube on my phone so I can read your lovely comments. James just saying if he can survive turn one, he thinks he'll be okay. Especially turn one, lap one. You don't win the race in the first corner, so just be patient. If you need to give yourself space or just let cars go, just let them go. Denko saying he thinks overtakes will be harder. I agree with you. But from what we did in the F2 Championship, um, the old pit straight was actually a good opportunity to get the overtakes done um, in the F2 cars. That's all right, Bacon Bear. It's I know it can be slow and painful sometimes. Maybe just if I haven't got Discord loaded up, but maybe just communicate that in Discord as well, Bacon Bear, just so the other guys know what's going on. Yeah, I don't think there will be too many overtaking opportunities here. If the circuit is as dreadful and tire wear as what I've seen, then it's going to be a race of strategy and picking the right moments to get your pit stops done. Will drivers opt to pit as few times as possible, but also will drivers opt to keep their tyres as optimal as they can and get undercuts and not eat into them too much? As just waiting to see what's going on here. Okay, thank you, Bacon Bear. Yes, if you are racing and listening to the stream, my key bit of advice for especially the reverse is to brake earlier than what the game tells you to do going into the pits, because the entry goes downhill slightly and it is harder to stop the car. So you need to be extra cautious on pit entry. That is going to be a big factor, I think. I think we're going to see quite a few 10-second penalties in the pits, potentially, as the pit lane is probably going to be probably busier than the actual race circuit once we get going. Unfortunately, just a few technical issues with Bacon Bear just trying to rejoin the lobby. Just communicating with servers. Hopefully that can get resolved ASAP. I don't know how far we go before we have to um, draw the line and say that's been long enough. So just to quickly summarize what happened in the sprint, Robsu took the sprint victory, and Robsu did come home in P1, and then James Gardner came home in P2, and then Runes came home in P3. Josh the guy in P4, Joey B in P5. Apologies for any mix-up there. Right, Bacon Bear is in, and I believe we're about to go one-shot qualifying. As we can see, Runes is very eager to get going. If you keep readying up like that, we will not get started. Now we will. So Runes did open up their championship gap. I would hate to guess. I think it's 5 points difference on LB Racing. So Runes once again just pushing the gap up to double digits for the championship battle, as it's looking like a two-way fight for the rest of the season. So unless Runes or LB has an absolute horror race, then potentially we'll have Josh the Guy or even James Gardner maybe entering this championship battle. The key thing about a championship is it's a marathon, not a sprint. So even a bad week or just you can still pull yourself back into it. But also, if you're just very consistent and score very solid points, you will be there or thereabouts. As just waiting for Tier just to quickly finalise his, I'm guessing, setup as we're about to go one-shot qualifying. Okay, that's probably tyre selection for Tier. Slightly overcast for this Silverstone reverse. I mean, you've been more consistent than me, Danko. I've had an absolute horror show in Tier 2. This is by far my worst ever season in APP on Tuesday nights. It's no secret now. It's being picked up on. Definitely need to improve soon. And hopefully, I feel I always go well at Silverstone. So hopefully we can kickstart my season tomorrow, as one-shot qualifying is starting right now. Right, so let's hope the camera angles are kind to us going into the first few corners. As it stands, Runes is currently P1 and Primeval P2. This is live timing on the left-hand side, guys. So we will keep an eye on it. Joey B is down in 13th. That can only say to me that he hasn't invalidated, actually. He's just running dead last at the moment. Runes going purple in Sector 1. And maybe we will see who has definitely practiced for Silverstone reverse. Joey B's had a good Maggots and Beckett's complex there, as Runes is still in first position, but closely accompanied by Robsu. In the Red Bull, LB Racing having a much better qualifying this time, as Primeval is dropping down the order, but hanging in around 5th position. Primeval will be an interesting factor if he does qualify in the top half of the field. So Runes, as it stands, coming into the last few corners of Village in reverse, looks to be very neat and tidy. As now it's a dash to the line, as Runes comes round the last 2 corners and the final corner to the straight. And Joey B takes pole position in the dying embers of the one-shot qualifying. What a lap from Joey B. Josh de Gaius, the McLaren front row lockout. A sensational qualifying lap from both McLarens to lock out the front row. And this is perfect for their constructors bid. Right, so Joey B takes pole position in the one-shot qualifying, and Josh the Guy rounding off the McLaren front row. Runes is in third. Runes got absolutely mugged in those last few corners. LB in 4th, Robson in 5th, James Gardner in 6th, Avenir in 7th, Bacon Bear in 8th, Tyr in 9th, Drogon 10th, Primeval in 11th, Ads in 12th, Ralphie in 13th. But from Drogon, Primeval, Ads, Ralphie, all 4 were disqualified from qualifying. but the top 7 was within a second of each other, so that bodes well for the race. That was a fantastic end to the one-shot qualifying session. Thoroughly enjoyed that. As now we get ready to go racing, as similar conditions to qualifying, maybe the threat of rain in this race as well. Be interesting to see if these overcast conditions do turn into rain. I mean, this is Great Britain after all. We do love a spot of rain. If you are British, you will know the weather today has been absolutely horrendous. It was where I was working anyway. The heavens opened on me whilst I was busy cleaning my coach earlier, and I was cleaning it on the outside with a brush, and didn't go down too well. I got very, very soggy. If I remember rightfully, the pit lane at Silverstone, usually in all the other circuits, all the pit boxes are in constructors order. Actually, I'll talk about that another time. We have 5 red lights for Silverstone reverse, and it's lights out, and away we go. It's a very good start for Joey B. Looks like Josh a little bit slower off the line as Runes looks to sweep round the outside, but Joey B definitely has a brilliant start as all the brake and marker boards are gone already on lap 1 in the background. As the two McLarens, it's actually Runes has shot right up behind Joey B as he dispatched Josh with ease, as there is an Alpine off in the background. That is Bacon Bear, I believe. Holy wide line, says Zeki in the chat. Yes, holy smokes. They was almost in my back garden with how wide they was running there. I do not live too far away from Silverstone myself, so yes, I can say there's pretty much in my back garden. So Joey B has the race lead. Let's quickly get the tyres up on the screen. There's another wide car there, and that was Drogon, I believe. Let's just quickly get the tyres up on the board. Right, so Primeval at the back on soft tyres. Then we've got Joey B, LB Racing, James Gardner, and Bacon Bear on hard tyres. And then we've got Runes, Josh the Guy, Drogon, Robsu, Avenir, Ralphie, Ads, and Tier on medium tyres. Runes in the mud, says Zeki. Will he be in the mud if he wins this championship? I've raced with Joey B a few times. There's actually Runes does have Josh the Guy full company behind, as Josh the Guy has closed out the gap an awful lot here, and Joey B just definitely you can tell he's had practice around this track, as I think he's just run a bit wide there as Runes gets ever closer. LB Racing is up as well, as he will hang on to the back of these top 2 runners, as he will be keen to go and play with his shuttlecock soon at badminton. He will want to go with a smile on his face and have a podium. So further on back, the sprint winner Robsu is down in 6th position, and the second place finisher James Gardner is in 5th position. James opting for the hard tyres again to start the race, but we have 26 laps to do around Silverstone, as it actually looks like James Gardner is actually missing his end plate on the front left. He is on that Ferrari. Around left corners he'll be fine, but when he goes to turn right, that Ferrari will be very hesitant, and he'll lose a lot of time, especially in some of these slower corners. Both Red Bulls together. Avenir down in 8th position at the moment. Definitely having a much better season, Avenir, than what he's used to in Tier 2. So out the front, Joey B still leads the way, and that was a better racing line through the first few corners there for Joey B. Primeval comes into the pits, and that's a 10-second speeding penalty. Bacon Bear is also in the pits. Yeah, they're both right next to each other. That's why it only looks like one dot on my map. So Joey B does have Runes and LB Racing for company. Josh has managed to get back in the DRS, as James Gardner will look to try and get himself back in contention as well. DRS along this circuit is on the old international pit straight. As I said, as we go into this complex here, I struggle. I have sat here in real life and I cannot remember the name of the corner for the life of me. Please don't shoot me. I think hard tyres are the tyres to be on this race weekend. I wouldn't want to be on any other tyre, not for long anyway. I do love a hard tyre, even on previous games. If the conditions are right and you can get in tune with the hard tyres, they're a fantastic tyre to be on. But it's always a gamble starting on the hard tyres, because if we do have an early safety car, then you can really compromise your race if you have to box. You could potentially throw the hards back on later on, but I think you just want to get them used in one clean sweep if you can. Excuse me. So Joey B on lap 4, still in the lead, and there is a 4-car train for the lead here. Further back, Drogon has got past James Gardner. Robsu is in close company. Then there's a bit of a gap to Avenir, and we've got Ralphie and Ads in the Alpine and Racing Bull in 9th and 10th. Tia just not having a race to forget at the moment in P11. Bacon Bear and Primeval are just unfortunately at the back, but they will score points, and good points as well. Usually in APP, top 15 score points, and we have 13, so everybody is guaranteed a minimum of 3 points today, I believe. Joey B in the lead, did have the gap over a second a moment ago, but LB Racing has just managed to get into that, and Runes is down in 4th position at the moment. I'm sorry, I missed Runes drop in 2 positions, but this is the battle at the moment I want to keep an eye on, is LB Racing. He was very confident that he had good pace for Silverstone. He expressed that in the tier 3 chat earlier on, and it's looking like he is very happy at the moment, as he is almost pushing Joey B around as Runes goes straight on there. You will be very lucky not to get a corner cutting penalty there. He's eased off just enough, as Runes did there, and still in the DRS of Josh, the guy ahead. LB Racing will be having Josh, the guy, come up behind him, so it'll be the 2 McLarens having the strategy advantage here to how to handle LB Racing. It's all key as to when they pit, as there's a 2.5 second gap back to James Gardner in P5 from Drogon at the moment. James Gardner will close the gap, as it was roughly this time in the sprint race where the hard tyres were definitely better than the mediums. So the longer the likes of Josh Sagai and Runes can actually just stay in the DRS of LB Racing and Joey B, they can really push those mediums along an extra few laps. As LB looking on the inside of Joey B, there's nothing doing there for him, as now he has got Josh Sagai on the back of him. But LB Racing once again having a look at Joey B. Joey B lets that one go. He doesn't want to get involved in any silly squabbles which will cost them too much time, as LB now inherits the race victory, or race lead, shall I say. I'm sure he'll want the race victory, but now the DRS down the old international pit straight is open, as Joey B just can't get close enough to LB on that occasion. Can he stay close enough? Now LB is in clear air, as LB Racing will look to press on. LB's pace looked very promising to just catch up and get past Joey B. Joey B is without race in line. LB does have race in line. We'll remember those on the assists. But so far, it's an intriguing battle, especially with the mixed tyre selection. Primeval has gone off the soft tyres and gone on to the medium tyres at the back. And Bacon Bear has gone off the hard tyres onto the mediums also. As we do have a few cars in the pits already. Runes, Ralphie and Ads are making their stop. So the medium tyres are slowly beginning to cook already. We will see what Runes has gone on to. Runes has gone on to the hard tyres on lap 7 of 26. So Runes will definitely be doing a 2-stop at the bare minimum here. Potentially even a 3-stop being muted earlier on as well. Such is the tyre wear. LB Racing has broken the DRS gap to Joey B behind. It's not for me to say MS who gets assist taken off them. It really isn't, but Ghost is watching carefully. We like to keep this tier. Well, we like to keep all tiers as competitive and fair as possible, especially tiers 2 and 3, and then elite and tier 1. We kind of just release the chains and just let the fastest people go as fast as they can. So Joey B's just hovering around 1.5 seconds behind LB Racing. Josh Sagai dives into the pits, slowing down very early, not wanting to get a speeding penalty in the pits. Very sensible. Drogon comes into the pits, doesn't get a speeding penalty. Robsu's in the pits as well. 2 Red Bulls boxing at the same time here. Robsu could lose a bit of time. We'll ride on, just quickly ride on board here into the pits. They come. That's not the worst double stack in the world. Still not ideal for the Red Bulls. What I was saying about the pit box is before the race, actually, whilst it prompted me, I don't think it does it in the game, but I believe in real life the pit boxes are completely random. Usually they do it in constructor's order, but at Silverstone in real life, I do believe they do shuffle them around. Not sure as to why that is, but if anyone can actually look into that for me, please do let me know. Primeval retires in the pits. That's his weekly retirement. Well, he's had 2 weekly retirements actually, so 2 in 1 week. You've spoiled us, Primeval. You have spoiled us, retiring twice this week. So Joey B just hanging on the back of LB Racing. The gap is kind of just comfortably staying around, well, it was staying around 1.5 seconds. But LB Racing just slowly increasing the gap out front. There's MS saying, wish Joe slowed down that much for the pit entry of the F2 race here. He smashed into my rear there. It's a horrible pit entry on Silverstone reverse. It really catches you out if you brake late and then you start going downhill and realise the car just isn't going to stop, as the downhill really upsets the braking of the car, because it takes all the braking away from the front end as you start going downhill. It's a weird transition with the braking, as LB Racing has really opened up the gap on this lap. 2.3 seconds. I'm wondering if perhaps LB Racing has just pulled a bit too far ahead of Joe. Maybe Joe was relying on the being close with no race in line, but now LB's pulled away. Maybe Joe's just lost some braking reference points. James Gardner in third position at the moment. Avenir is in fourth, and in fifth is Runes, and Josh the Guy just getting past Runes as I say that. DRS assisted overtake there, but Runes tries up and over by up and under, shall I say? Down the Wellington straight in reverse, but nope. Josh the Guy comfortably ahead as Joey B is in the pits. What tyres will Joey B opt for here? So Joe has jumped onto the medium tyres, so he has run both compounds. Same rules as real life as well. You've got to run 2 different compounds in the Grand Prix. So this is lap 10 of 26. LB Racing leads the way and looking very comfortable from what we've seen in this opening stint from LB. He's looking pretty imperious around here at the moment. James Gardner in P2, unfortunately just not catching up with LB Racing ahead here as well, but conserving some ERS there maybe. As Avenir is in third as it stands, but yet to pit as well. The top 3 have yet to box. And then Josh the Guy in fourth position has dropped Runes out of his DRS at least anyway. Drogon in the Red Bull closing up 2 Runes ahead, as this is kind of the shake-up that I would have liked as well for what we've done tonight. Is we saw Robsu, James Gardner, and Runes on the podium in the sprint race going the correct way round, but at the moment it's working a lot better for the McLarens, I would say, going the opposite way round. And even Drogon spins. Is that really a commentator's curse? I mean, I literally just said his name and he lost it, so I'm not going to take that as a commentator's curse. I'm very sorry to see him go around though. James Gardner is in the pits, as well as Avenir. No speeding penalties in the pit lane as of yet. So LB has a 24-second gap out in the lead at the moment. Josh the Guy is in second, but this is a very slow and long pit lane. And as we see Avenir coming out of the pits, it's a long exit as well, frustratingly. The pit entry line is at the same place as you enter the pits going the right way round. So you go round the left bend and you... I was about to compliment Drogon. I was MS, and unfortunately it just it didn't work. Drogon has shown good pace though, and that spin hasn't really knocked him out of contention too badly. Still a very fast circuit to be there or thereabouts. LB Racing going round again. Maybe LB is going to attempt the one stop here, as Denko calls the commentator's curse. Possibly. I'll have to commentate on tier 2 sometime and use my voodoo doll as sumo in the commentary box. So at the moment, Runes has got back within Josh the Guy's DRS. Took a lot of curb there coming out of club, and the Aston Martin really bouncing and clattering down over the curb, as he does have a DRS going down the Hangar Straight. And now Maggots and Beckett's in reverse. And then we've got Cops Corner coming up ahead, which leads us onto the old international pit straight. So yeah, Runes is within DRS, and these Josh the Guy and Runes are working together and just pulled out a gap on Joey B in fourth position. Joey B led the early stages of this race, but unfortunately, as he's lost the lead, just seems to have lost the cutting edge on pace. But even if Joey B does come home in P4, he'll be very happy with how this has worked out. LB Racing surely is doing a one-stop at the moment, but since I last looked, his lead has come down by 5 seconds. So those hard tyres must really beginning to hurt. He's got to be so careful. I don't know what sort of tyre wear they will be on, but perhaps they're definitely, I'd say, that the pace he's running or losing time, he must be running in the 60% at worst. Perhaps a few 50% on there as well. But I'd imagine those hard tyres are beginning to cry. James Gardner in 7th position at the moment. He's secured his first podium in the sprint race earlier on, which was great to see. Ralphie in P8 at the moment with a 3-second time penalty, I believe. Then we've got Tia a few seconds behind, and then Ads is closing down on Tia quite nicely. It's nice to see Ads in P10 and putting Tia under some pressure. Avenir also closing down on Ads, who is also closing down on Tia. And then unfortunately Bacon Bear just running a race of her own at the back and not far actually of being lapped from LB Racing. So the gap is now down to 16.3 seconds. It's I would love to see the lap times actually. Can we let's go interval. I wish I could see the lap times as they happen, because LB's lap times are just really beginning to struggle. I guess we'll have to do it the old-fashioned way and just wait for LB to cross the line and then see what Josh is doing. But those two cars behind, if Josh DeGuy and Runes work together, maybe they can use their DRS to benefit, as Drogon gets a 3-second penalty for multiple corner cutting and 10 seconds for a serious corner cut. That must be at Club Corner. He must have just completely ran wide and just missed the corner altogether. 10-second penalty for Drogon. That's going to really hurt in the pits. So LB Racing in the lead at Silverstone. 14 seconds is the gap. It was in the 16s at the beginning of the lap, and now we're in the 13s. As it's a 108.6 going down the Wellington straight at the moment. As Josh DeGuy comes around the corner. So 105. So, we can see that Josh DeGuy at the moment is going a good 3 seconds quicker already. And LB does decide to pit on lap 14, and he gets 10 seconds speeding into the pits. That is what I was warning everybody about going into the pit lane. And LB Racing has 10 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. And that, my friends, is going to really spice up this race victory now, as Josh DeGuy will be looking to win his second race on the bounce. The bottles, says Zeki in the chat. Yes, the bottles indeed. As LB Racing slowly coming down the pits. Look, as I was on about earlier on, look how slow, even the Alpine in front of Bacon Bay, you can just see how long it takes to get your foot down on the throttle. And look how far ahead Josh and Runes are, and even Joey B. And even Robsu won't be... I say Robsu won't be too easy to pass. He's already passed him. Ignore me. That's... Runes for the win says, "This is not me," in the chat. Josh DeGuy has pulled out a handy 2-second gap on Josh DeGuy behind. At the moment, Josh DeGuy is having a great race, but let's be honest, so is Runes. Without racing line at Silverstone Reverse, is doing an incredible job. Joey B in third as well. Potentially a podium for Joey B is now on the cards. Joey B will most definitely box again as I would imagine he's probably got a set of hard tyres in the bank to use towards the end of this race. Be interesting to see. I'm quite sure LB has converted to a one-stop strategy just by going how much he extended on that first run. Yes, we'll keep an eye on Avenir one stopping, but just looking at the cars ahead, and even if they box, I think the pace will just be too great. He's just too far behind at the moment, as we have a few more cars in the pits of Ralphie and Robsu. Slowest pit lane on the game and longest. It's a horrendous pit lane to get stuck in, especially if you got a 10-second penalty to serve as well. You will spend half the night there. LB getting 10 seconds on purpose to protect his racing line. It's not for me to comment. Not for me to comment. I'm not here to knock anyone's driving abilities or say they shouldn't have it on. That's not for me to say. I'm here because I love racing and I love you guys. It's great to race with you on Tuesdays and Fridays and Sundays. And it's also very enjoyable to watch you all as well. You're good friends of mine. So the gap is stabilised, and now out the front, Josh the Guy does get the car slowed down. Runes gets the car slowed down as well, looking like he was a lot safer. And now Joey B in the pits. I think Joey B does have enough of a gap to get the double stack done. Yeah, it's not too bad for Joey B. I think he'll be very happy with that. And that is look how close the McLaren and the Aston Martin are in the pit lane. This is very interesting, as now LB Racing does inherit the race lead again. But those hard tyres come the end of the race are going to be screaming. And he does have 10 seconds to contest with. So the next 10 laps, strap yourself in, everybody, because we are going to have a nail-biting finish in this Tier 3 Grand Prix. Coffee is cooked, says Zeki. Yeah, I think coffee has been served. I'll have 2 sugars with my coffee, please. He is doing great, but I think just where he is at the moment and the drivers on the fresher tyres behind, he's going to be a sitting duck in the next few laps. So James Gardner in second position at the moment on 6-lap medium tyres. I don't think he'll get these mediums to the end. So James, if he does have another set of hard tyres, he's comfortable. He's still running that front wing damage. I don't think LB will pit again. I think he's going to go all out to get this race win. As James Gardner does come into the pits, will he get that front wing changed to get rid of the damage? Maybe. I don't think he will. No, he's not changing his front wing. He's just happy to have a tyre change. He will go to the end. LB will most definitely be on a one stop now, as the gap is 15.9 seconds to the car behind. Yeah, also with the 10-second penalties, but he won't want to pit because he'll be sat in the pits for 10 seconds and he will almost certainly drop to the back of the field if he does that. Tier the latest to get a 3-second time penalty for track limits. So we do have a Racing Bull out in the race lead at the moment. Then we have Aston Martin, McLaren, the 2 Red Bulls, and then a Ferrari, then an Alpine, then a Haas, another Racing Bull, LB's teammate, and Bacon Bear at the back. So we've had a nice share of constructors today. It's just the Haas and the Ferrari missing their teammates, I believe. but nevertheless representing their teams. Primeval scoring 0 points for Williams. As we do have cars ahead. Josh Sagai is all over the back of Avenir and gets the move done down on the pit straight, going down the inside here and gets the car stopped. That is a beautiful overtake by Josh. A daring overtake, and to get the move done there is absolutely sensational. Brilliant overtake by Josh there. That had guts in it, and that was superb. As now Avenir lets Runes by, as Runes sets himself on the case of Josh de Guy. So 16.3 seconds is the gap to LB Racing. Remember, LB Racing does have 10 seconds worth of penalties. Let's get the penalties up now, because this is what we are interested in seeing for the closing stages of the race. I think LB's tyres are going to really be screaming come the end of this race. I think he may end up off the podium. Joey B comfortably in P5 at the moment, and he'll want to reel in Avenir. Been told to watch out for Avenir as he is potentially going to one stop. Be interesting to see how his tyres hold out. But he's completely been dropped by Josh de Guy, and who is in the pits? I couldn't see. It looked like Bacon Bear is in the pits. Bacon Bear is in the pits. 15.1 seconds the gap at the moment to Josh de Guy. Josh de Guy will be looking to win 2 races on the bounce, and he will introduce himself into this championship battle if he does win this, almost certainly. It's been a brilliant performance by the McLaren. It's just comfortably dropped Runes behind him now, and now he's got fresh air. Isn't dragging Runes along with DRS. He's quite happy in that McLaren. Charging down LB Racing as the gap is now 13.6 seconds. Sorry, don't know where I got 16 from. Robsu gets 3 seconds for his worries. Both the Red Bulls in 6th and 7th. It's a good haul of points for both Red Bulls. Obviously not living the heights of the Sprint Grand Prix here today. Runes running very deep there and losing a good second on Josh de Guy ahead. Joey B is slowly catching up on Avenir as well. Joey B is almost certainly going to be smelling the podium. Does Joey B even know he's going to have a shot of a podium? We'll have to wait and see. I'm not too sure if he can see LB's penalty ahead. I'm sure he'll see LB's penalty once he gets into 4th. I think it shows you no, then you'd be able to see Josh ahead. So unless it's been communicated with him that LB Racing has 10 seconds, but I'm sure he would have seen that potentially pop up on his screen. So Josh de Guy is going to be in pouncing territory soon. LB Racing just holding out now to take these tyres as far as he can go. It was a daring first stint, long first stint on the hard tyres. He's boxed and got a time penalty coming into the pits. As he's really struggling on those medium tyres at the moment. LB Racing is coming into the pits. He is in. He's going to serve his 10 seconds. As Josh de Guy does inherit the lead of this Grand Prix, and now LB's down to 3rd. Avenir is about to knock him down to 4th, and Joey B is going to knock him down to 5th. Here we go. Just look how long and painful this is for LB Racing. That's 10 seconds stationary. 3, 2, 1, and he's going on to the soft tyres till the end of the race. And LB is down in 8th position. Absolutely horrendous time penalty to get. And now LB Racing rejoins the track in 8th position, and will almost certainly go for the fastest lap. Now the battle for the podium between Avenir and Joey B. Joey B is one of the most respectful drivers you can come across on this game. I can most assure you of that. And he swoops into P3, and he is now in the chance of having a podium. This is a huge title swing, absolutely. As Josh DeGuy I think is really bringing himself into contention with this. LB Racing has had a good few results recently, but lost out on a chunk of points tonight, as Runes will be absolutely buzzing to extend the lead. As next week, I'm sure, when we have the updated championship table, Josh DeGuy's name will be mentioned as a championship contender once again, cruelly missing out on a tier 3 title in the last race last season, where LB was just too strong around Austria reverse. So the gap has stabilised out front to 3 seconds. So Josh maybe just managing the race now. Doesn't want to get a 3-second time penalty, just to inspire Runes to a potential race victory. So the cars are spread out ever so slightly now. LB Racing is on the back of James Gardner and has set a purple first sector. And he's on the soft tyres, and I do believe that most likely was a purple first sector as well. Just look how much grip he's got compared to the Ferrari, and the Ferrari's playing DRS games, I believe, here. Is he not? No, he's not. Maybe perhaps James Gardner's got out of LB's way there, as LB is currently on a ferocious lap. And it's not all lost for LB. The 2 Red Bulls are ahead. Maybe LB Racing can salvage P5, and they both have 3 seconds ahead too. So if LB Racing comes away with P5 here, it's still an absolutely fantastic drive. It will be sensational. It'll be a sensational recovery. Avenir is slow, says Ghost in the chat. Yes, and you know what? I fully agree with you there. Avenir is just completely fallen off Joey B here. And the Aston Martin will be really, really struggling on those hard tyres. So the gap out front, I don't want to curse it, but with just 2.5 laps to go, I think that this is in the bag for Josh at the moment, unless something disastrous happens. Runes in P2 as well. We'll just be praying that Josh just makes a small error somewhere, just to potentially close the gap or take the race lead. But Josh is just in full control. He has looked unstoppable and clean in this race. Joey B in third position at the moment, but LB, I believe, is the car to watch at the moment, as he is definitely almost within the time penalties of Robsu and Drogon ahead. I think he is within the time penalties of both ahead as well now, as the gap has really come down for a net P5. Avenir's done a 1:32.6. Oh, I've just missed out on the timings there for the laps, annoyingly. Drogon with another time penalty, so I mean, that's kind of confirmed the inevitable, really, that LB was going to get past Drogon on penalties anyway, but that all but assures it for LB Racing. Maybe even James Gardner can pick up an extra place here on Drogon. Jamie Dodger saying he thinks Avenir has got P4. We shall see. Avenir is going considerably slow, much slower, but he isn't. He has switched on his ERS. His red light was flashing. He's really conserving that ERS maybe for a last lap push. As the gap now to Robsu behind is 1.7 seconds. You can just see the gap come down as well. A huge amount in some corners. So Josh starts lap 26 of 26. This is going to be very interesting, the finish to this Grand Prix as well. We'll try and flip back to Josh at the end here, as LB Racing is on the back of the two Red Bulls. Maybe those soft tyres are beginning to hurt LB at the moment. He's caught up to the back of the Red Bulls, but hasn't got past them as swiftly as I thought he would do. Maybe the DRS on the straights just helping the Red Bulls pull each other along. 1.3 seconds from Avenir to Robsu. Avenir LB crashed on the last corner, says the chat. I don't think so. LB is he knows what he's doing in these situations. It would be cinema, but LB is good at placing his car and keeping it out of trouble. He won't get involved in any unnecessary battles. As now, that is a very Drogon taking a very artistic line there. Avenir, has he got a puncture? It's very interesting, as LB has got past Avenir. I think Avenir has just completely hit the cliff here. But yes, sorry, I have missed it. Josh takes the race win. Runes comes home in second position, 2-second gap to the race lead. Joey B coming around the penultimate corner and the final corner, crosses the line. Joey B comes home in third position. Robsu will take P4, but will lose P4 to LB Racing on a time penalty. Avenir comes home in P6. James Gardner in P7. Drogon is going to come home in P8. That time penalty won't affect him too much. Ralphie is going to come home in 9th. Ads will come home in 10th. Tyr will come home in P11. And P12 for Bacon Bear as she crosses the line and seals 3 points for their efforts today. Okay, yeah, Avenir did have a puncture. That is very unlucky on 86%. 86% for a puncture is, strange. So there we go. Tyr is just coming up to the line, weaves across the line, and that is that for our race today. A superb, two very thrilling races actually. Oh, Avenir had a great race. Let's not take that away from him. To do the one stop is a sensational move from Avenir. Just unfortunately, I think just the way the tyres are on this game, one stops are just, especially in these tiers 3 and tiers 2, one stops just not feasible. So a few people have left the session, I think, so it just might mash up the orders at the end here. No, actually, they're still good. So Josh the Guy takes the race win and seals 20 points for himself in the APP title championship. championship title, shall I say. He's had a very good, strong outing. Runes is in second, Joey Beers in third, LB Racing comes home in fourth, and seals the fastest lap with that as well. Rob Sue is in fifth, Avenir came home in sixth on 3 tyres, James Gardner in seventh, scored his first APP podium in the sprint, Ralphie in eighth, Ads in ninth, 10th was Tier, 11th was Drogon, 12th was Bacon Bear, and Primeval once again DNFing in the pit lane. Thank you for attending, Primeval. Right, so it is that time again to give driver of the day. Oh, driver of the day, I've kind of got to factor it between 2 races. We have to go over the performance over 2 races. And for me, driver of the day has got to be Runes. He's got 2 podiums today, the only driver to get 2 podiums. So my driver of the day will go to Runes. A good haul of points this week. So that pretty much concludes Tier 3 for this week. I'm not sure where we are going to next week. Let's just quickly load up the old calendar. Thank you for your compliments in the chat, Ghost. Let's quickly just load up the calendar. So next week we are off to Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. I look forward to it. Should be very interesting. And I hope you have all enjoyed this special sprint week of Silverstone for Tier 3. Tomorrow we have got Tier 2 getting underway. Look out for Ghost's Twitch stream going up in the Discord chats. Friday is Tier 1, doing the same format as tonight, and the same for Elite on Sunday. Everybody get in the Discord and at Ghost to upload the podcast, or even if a Ghost is listening, this is me telling you to upload the podcast tonight, or else there will be big trouble. Right. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining me. Thank you for all your comments and chatting on in the chat through the race, keeping me sane, I think, just about. I have been Lawrence. Thank you for watching. Please drop us a like and follow. Thank you very much, guys. Until next time, have a great day and enjoy the rest of your week. Thank you.